What's up, gang? Back with another one. First and foremost, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe, like. I appreciate the views. I love all that. Yeah, please watch it. Just hit the like as you watching it. I highly appreciate it. Alright, so today we're gonna talk about my sister. Most of y'all don't know. Some of y'all do know. My sister had passed, going on 4 years. This year in October, it'll make 4 years. Yesterday, January 9th, was her birthday. And usually, like, we do, like, a balloon thing and everything like that. Probably, I only went back to New York 1 year since. You know, I feel like I could do it anywhere. Usually, I don't let the balloons go. I just have them, you know. I just never came turn to be able to do that type shit. I'm the youngest out of 3 girls. I have brothers from my father's side, but from my mother's side there's only 3 of us, and she was the oldest. Her name is Fatima Walker. It's Quanisha Miles, and it's me, Cool Cat. So yeah, when she passed, I remember the day because I was getting ready for work, and we had to work on a Sunday at the time. I had to be there at 11, and I got the phone call around 10:30 while I'm getting ready. Well, I think I was already dressed. Matter of fact, yeah, I was already dressed, and my mom's called. My real mom's from New York. She called, and she was just asking me like what I'm doing, and I'm like, you know, getting ready for work and all this other stuff. And she was just like, oh, who you with? And at the time I was with a former friend named Shay, and she was just like going crazy on the phone, just like, oh, Shay, hold her. And I'm just like, Mom, what are you talking about? And then she just like, oh, Tima's gone. And I'm just like, what? So, you know, I'm like, going where? Like, so I'm thinking like, because my sister used to get these little tantrums, like, you know what I'm saying? She was never the type to get beat because she will over exaggerate. She will run away and stuff, and I'll be the dumbass to run right with her. And by the time it's 10 o'clock or it's nighttime or she get tired, she want to go back in the house. Like, who does that? You know, and my stupid ass just kept following her. So, and I'm like, going where? And she had, said she passed, and I just banged it on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, just kept going about my day. You know what I'm saying? I went to the other room. I took like a second or whatever. It didn't hit me. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, you know, I ain't got time for the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was more so like that, because it's just like, no way. You know, you just don't imagine that you're ever going to lose a sister. And then it's like, we're so young. So I never thought that a day in my life. Like, you know, I was never ready for anything like that. So, I went to work, and I usually run the front of the machine, you know, because I like to move fast. So I usually run the front of the machine. And this time I didn't. I ran the back of the machine because, you know, I'm just processing. You know, I'm just processing, you know. And, you know, my supervisor came to me like I told you, because I text her, you know. But even when I sent the text, it still didn't seem real to me. It was just, I'm just saying it because it was said to me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, so I'm running the back of the machine, and, you know, my supervisor coming to me and let me know, like, I didn't need to come to work. I'm just like, you know, it's okay. You know, it's okay. So I'm just continuing to work, like, just trying to work through the thoughts. And then as you working, it's just my mind start coming to and starting to realize what was really said to me. And it was just like, I couldn't really. I went in the bathroom, and I called my friend Shay to tell her to come get me, you know. And I just laid out on it was a bench in the bathroom, so I just laid out, you know, just like crying silently, because it's just starting to run through my brain. So instantly, like when she came to pick me up, the first thing I thought about was my sister. You understand what I'm saying? Because before I banged it on my mother, I hear my mother like, "Oh, Quanisha," because Quanisha had rung the bell. So I hear that, you know. But me being where I was at, I'm in North Carolina, and I hear that my sister passed. It's just like, oh my God, you know. The first thing you thinking in your mind is like, oh my God, I gotta get there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get there. Like, not really processing, not really slowing down. So what I did was basically I just didn't bother my phone. Like, everybody was calling, everybody was just texting and inboxing and, you know, just blowing up my phone, and all I could do was just lay there, you know, just lifeless. Like, I didn't get drunk. Usually I would have ran to the bottle. It was just more so like I couldn't fucking believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was very hard for me. Like, and it still is hard. Like, the whole point of me going to rehab is because after her death, I was already a drinker after her death, and when it comes close to that time, then it's her birthday that comes around, you know. Then you gotta think about her daughter. Like, you know, like, I love my niece, you know what I'm saying, but it's very hard for me to talk to her. It's very hard for me, you know, to look at her, you know, because she's the exact same, you know. Like, she looked just like my sister, you know. And my sister was more than a sister to me, you know. Me and my real mother, our relationship always been shit, you know what I'm saying. I'm just keep it a band. Ain't no need to beat around the bush about it. At the end of the day, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying. And I survived that, but I survived that because I did have my sister, both of them, you understand what I'm saying. But being that my sister Tima was the oldest, you know, she was more like a mother figure to me, you know. Like, me and Quanisha is probably like 11 months apart, you know what I'm saying. So we neck and neck, and still in all, they still treat me like I am the baby. But still in all, like, we are 11 months apart, and Tima is 3 years older than me. So well, yeah, 2.5, 3 years older than me, you want to just say, you know. So she was very advanced, and I was a quiet person. I was very quiet, you know. And I looked up to her a lot, you know. Tima was always like the smartest to me, or, you know, she was in cheerleading. She was in gymnastics, you know what I'm saying. I didn't always grow, I wasn't always in the same household with them, you know. So sometimes we lived totally separate lives, you know. We was all, as young, raised in the same house, which the mother I'm with now, which is my adopted mother, hold on. Yeah, so she was like a mother figure. So when we was younger, I was left in the hospital with my mom's. So we all got in foster care together. So by the time I hit kindergarten, it's a back and forth thing, you know what I'm saying? But we always been in each other's lives. Yeah, you know what hurt the most is the fact that I didn't see her prior to, you know. I go to New York every year ever since I moved here. I've been in North Carolina for 7 years, and you know, I always go up there every year, you know. And that year was a lot for me, you know. I was going through a lot, like, just mentally going through, like, breakup. You know, when you go through a breakup and you actually living together, you know, a lot of stuff just changes, you know. And that was like a horrible year for me, you know. Well, I thought that was probably like the worst year. It felt like that was the worst year for me, you know. And then just hearing that was just a lot. And we didn't speak prior to her death neither, you know. It was more so like she wanted the best for me, you know. and she always felt like I waste my time with people. You know, the fact that I didn't have kids, you know, I can do anything I want to do, and what I decide to do is get in relationships, you know, pointless relationships, let's say that, you know. And she hated it, and you know, and I hated it that she hated it. So what I was trying to do is just wait until I was at a level to where I was back where she would rather me, and then I was, you know, gonna reach out. But being that I didn't get that chance, it kind of just weighs on me a lot. I think it would have been a lot better, you know. It probably wouldn't have been easier, but it would have been a lot better if I would have probably, you know, spoken to her. You know, I know I was gonna cry making this damn video. You know, it's very, very hard, you know, like, it is. And it's not even just, you know, it's just, oh God. It's very hard. It's just unexpected, you know. And people always say like, oh yeah, was your sister sick or whatever, as if they know. And I used to hate when people hit me up. Like, it just even a couple of months ago, somebody hit me up and was just like, oh, you know, what happened? You know, what happened to her? Because it's just not sitting right with you. Bitch, if it ain't sitting right with you, then you know it ain't sitting right with me. Who still asks about what happened? Like, it don't matter. All that matters is that it happened. You know what I'm saying? And she's no longer here. Like, and nobody can change that. You understand? And when that happened, it's just, I just started drinking more and more and more. You know, because I'm around people that don't even know her. You understand what I'm saying? At all. She did move down here with me a couple of years ago or whatever, but her and my ex, they just didn't get along, and I knew they wouldn't. You know, I kind of wanted them to, but just because, you know, when you're in a relationship, of course you want that, but at the end of the day, it's just, they both strong-minded and headed and kind of like controlling a little bit. And like I said, she's more like my mother than my sister to me. So she, you know, she regulates, old girl regulates, and it's just me. Like, you feel me? Like, you know, it was just one of those situations. But yeah, so, you know, when she passed, I couldn't like jump on a plane and go because I was working at the time. And you gotta take, you know, your leaves of absence. And I think I just started. No, I was a temp, actually. I was a temp at the job, and technically they're only supposed to give you 3 days. Being that she is in New York and I had to travel, I think they gave me about 5 days or whatever. So what I was trying to do is basically go there the day before the funeral, so I could still have time to, you know, to be around family, you know, more so my sister, around that time, you know. So that's what I did. I actually missed my plane the day before the funeral because I was supposed to be out there around noon. You know, it only takes an hour and 40 minutes on the plane, and I was supposed to be out there around noon. So I missed my plane because my time management is definitely off. You know, I don't know what I thought. I don't have no idea. So, you know, I get there. Now I almost had a fucking breakdown at the, you know, because they told me I couldn't. If I just had a carry-on, then I was able to, you know, just get on the plane. But being I had to check in my luggage and all that, that kind of put me back. So what they did was, I didn't get there until probably like 8 o'clock at night. I was starving. You know what I'm saying? My brother from my father's side, which him and Tima is close in age, came to get me and stuff like that. You know, as soon as we get off the flight, you know, it was any other day, you feel me? That's just what it was. It was actually the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, because we buried Tima on Quanisha's birthday. Around there sometime, you know. It's just a blur to me because I never even checked the date. Like, who checks the date? You know what I'm saying? I never even checked the date or anything like that. So, yeah, so when I went, Bill pulled up at my mom's block or whatever the case may be. My aunt and my cousins and, you know, friends and family was there in the building. So we chilled out there, you know, just sipping and doing all the other stuff. Hold on, this is my doodle butt. Alright, so yeah, the day I got there, I got there late or whatever, so we was just chilling. This is the night before the funeral. We was getting faded out that bitch, you feel me? Like, when it's my family and we all get fucked up, we get fucked up, you know? So the party done moved to my mom's block in Harlem, to the Bronx where my sister was staying at, my middle sister Quanisha, and everybody came over and we were just chilling or whatever the case may be. And yeah, so you drink or whatever the case may be, you get like kind of like emotional. So I was getting emotional, and you know, it's just something in your mind that just be like, wow, like, why this had to happen, or what's the point? Like, you know, you start trying to find the answer, you know, to your question. So my older sister Quanisha is more so like, she's my older sister, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my only sister. So of course I go to her, you know, I'm crying and everything like that, and she just like, it's just us, you feel me? Like, we just gotta stick together and stuff like that, you know. I'm the baby, so it's just like, it just didn't sit well. And on top of that, I wasn't there, you feel me? Now maybe if I was in New York, or maybe if I would have seen her, it probably would have been a lot better. Not better, but it would have just been a lot easier to be like, oh yeah, you know, I did just, you feel me, I was just with her type shit, you feel me? So I think I passed out because I really don't remember laying down or whatever the case may be. So I woke up, Quanisha woke me up or whatever with breakfast, and then I got in the shower and all that crazy hangover. I didn't have my tux or nothing because when I was supposed to get there at noon, me and my brother and all that, you know, all the guys and stuff like that was supposed to just go around and pick our stuff up. Being that my plane was late, that didn't happen. And I came when all the stores was basically closed, or that wasn't even on my mind, to tell you the truth. You know how just one of them things you just wish you could just sleep away? It was like that type of feeling. And I had woke up, breakfast, took a shower, had to wait for Quanisha to take a shower, you know, Legend, everybody. Yeah, I don't think Legend was there, matter of fact. So it was just basically me and her and the people that stayed with us type shit, my fave and all that. So she was living on Fordham, so I went to one of them suit spots, and good thing they had something in my size so where it didn't have to be tailored. I wanted it tailored, but I didn't even have enough time, to tell you the truth. Like, everything, every second, every minute mattered that day. So we did that. Then we went to like 2 Fifth for Legend and everything like that, for Doodlebutt or whatever, they brothers. Yeah, so then we went back to my mom's block uptown for something. We seen Naya and everything like that. Then we had to go back to the Bronx to get dressed. And then after that, we was on our way. And it's like, I hate when people stare at me, but of course people gonna stare in that time because they just trying to figure you out, you feel me? Or like try to get in your head and see like where you at type shit. And I was just not a sober candidate at that point. Like, I mean, I drunk from the time that once I got everything, once I was dressed and everything, I always had a bottle. Like, I couldn't really function without it. And I'm quiet, so it's like, when you walked in, you know, to the funeral home. They asked all the family to come up or whatever so we could walk in first. And it's about a handful of us, you feel me? And yeah, so we did that. And I remember Quanisha, she couldn't walk all the way in, you know, like she stayed by the door and she couldn't look, you know, because I remember somebody tapping me on my shoulder like, yo, your sister. So when I came back to her or whatever, you could just, she had sunglasses on, you could tell she couldn't let the radiator go. You understand what I'm saying? Like she was just holding on. Was it a radiator or a table or something? And she couldn't let it go. And I'm just, you know, trying to get her to look at me. And I was just like, come on, let's just go outside. So basically, I ain't even gonna hold you for the whole funeral. We basically was outside. Like, you know, I couldn't really. It's different when it's your own sister like that. It just hurted so bad, you know. It was just like, it was one of those where you wish it just didn't happen, you know. It was just one of those, you know, how it's just something going on in the day and you just feel like, oh, I just want this day to hurry up. And then, you know, and then it was the repast after that, and there's so much commotion and all this stuff and everybody. It was just too much, you know. But I was just sitting still drinking, you feel me? You know, so it just, the next day after that, we went to our friend's house downtown, drink some more. I'm pretty sure I passed out because I don't remember going to sleep. So I woke up in the same tux, and then I just ran to my mom's house type shit. You feel me? You know, just wash my face, brush my teeth. I got the same clothes on that I had from the night before. I went to the gravesite so we could put her in you know, so she get cremated, and we was there to see that. So I felt like I just couldn't breathe, you know. Even though I seen her slide the box in and put the flames up, it was still unreal to me, you know. It didn't get real until like I had a breakdown months later, because, you know, I live in North Carolina. My family is in New York, you know what I'm saying? The only person that know her the way I know her is my mother here, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm around people, and my friend Doc or whatever, you know, he met her when she was staying out here. And, you know, but I don't like to give off weakness. It's just, that was just me. It was just something about that never set well with me, you know. So I always try to just act like shit don't bother me or whatever. I find me bringing her name or comparing her to a lot of people, you know. I found me doing that a lot, you know. And then the more I think about her, the more I start to drink, and next thing you know, I'm done, and I'm still continuing to drink. It's like you're trying to drink the pain away, but then when you wake up the next day, the pain is there again, then you start all over again. You know, at the end of the day, I was like a functional drunk, you know. Like, I made sure I went to work. You feel me? I always, whether I was drunk or whether I had a hangover or not, I was going to work or whatever. Shit, I got so comfortable to the point like I started drinking when I was at work, you know. Yeah, so that was like a big part of my life that I wish had never happened. I love her to death, you know. I wish I could just bring her back, you know. And a couple of months after the fact, that's when it really hit me like, damn, you know, like his sister's like no longer here. You know, I broke down real bad, like boo-hoo and break down. And usually I just do my little silent cries, you know. I lay down, don't want to move, don't want to talk to nobody. And I even do that now. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. I'm not answering nobody texts, phone calls, anything like that. So yeah, I broke down and I was with my friend. You know, she just like, I just feel her rubbing my back or just telling me to let it out, because it was just like I never cried about it. I cried because it happened, but I never cried about it. Like I never, it was like my chest was always so tight about it. I didn't know what to do and all this other stuff. So yeah, I broke down and it felt good. Then I had to realize, like, okay, she's not coming back. You know, she's watching over me. You know, once I got that in my mind, like at the end of the day, she is still watching over me. You know, like she ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She might not be here in the flesh, but she ain't going nowhere. You feel me? Like I'm in her. You feel me? She's in me, type shit. So I felt a lot better. It's like I could breathe all over again. I wasn't too standoffish about it. Like I was just able to talk about it. At first I wasn't able to talk about it. Now I can talk about it. You know, it hurts, but it's like a relief. You know, like by me not accepting it, it's just made it a lot worse. You know, so once I accepted, it was just like, oh, okay, you feel me? So which I knew I accepted because I did this little table, you feel me, where I got her ashes and stuff right here, a little urn, and then I could put it in this necklace right here. But I haven't done it yet. I probably won't do it. But then, you know, I engraved it, you know. So, I mean, I ain't gonna never forget, but it's just a lot to feel like she's really, really always with me. I got, you know, some of her belongings and everything like that. My mom still got the whole room in New York where she was, well, she wasn't living there, but, you know, we all once shared that room and stuff like that. So she still got a lot of clothes and everything like that in the room. And she got the big urn, you know. My sister got one. I got one. Her daughter got one. Her daughter also got this. My sister also got this. You know, it was a lot. It was the different emotions. It's just you can't pinpoint it because I never really lost nobody that was attached to me. You know, it was just, oh, I knew them for this amount of time or whatever the case may be. But when it comes from your own flesh and blood, like from your sister, you feel me, it's just a different story. And you know, day by day it gets better. You know, it gets a lot better. You know, I find myself trying to think like, what would she do in certain situations? You know what I'm saying? Because she was always headstrong. You know what I'm saying? See, I get mad and I lose focus. You know what I'm saying? That's more like how I am. And she was always like, she always had it together. Whether or not she always really had it together, she always put it to me like she had it together. Both of them do that. Like they don't never let me see them they weak side or stuff. It's like they had to always be put together for me, you know. And I appreciate that from the both of them, you know. I just wish she was here, you know, just so I could talk to her in certain situations that go on and I don't be knowing the answer, and I like to know the answer. So, you know, I miss that a lot. I miss her laugh. You know, she had one of those attitudes that control the whole room. Like if she's mad, the whole house is mad. She's happy, we all happy. You know, it was just one of those. I don't know. I can't like pinpoint it. It was just how. That's just how it was since we was little. You know, she was evil sometimes. I say that, you know, but we all got a little evil streak in us or whatever. You know, I really do appreciate her. I am the way I am because of her, for real, you know, because you get to see different sides of the world, with dealing with her, you know, because we all came from the same household. Whether or not I was in it at the time or whatever, I still stepped foot in whatever household they was in. And that was a good experience for me. You know, I do appreciate my mother for always saying that we need to be, you know, around each other growing up, you know. I hated it when it came about at the time, but I appreciate that, because I wouldn't have the bond that I have with them if it wasn't for that, you know. And you know, I just miss her a lot. You know, I love her. You know, her daughter look just like her. We all miss her. And you know, people tell me like, oh, you know, your sister loved you. I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no doubts or no worries or anything about that. Like, that's never my worry. My only worry was, how can this happen to me, you know? But yeah, that's about it. So January 9th is her birthday. September 20 something she passed. We buried her October 16th, which is Quanisha's birthday. And Quanisha is 32. I'm 31. Tima turned 34 January 9th. So I just always want to keep her alive, you know. She blessed a lot of people, even people I don't even know, you know, even people she never even met, because of the little business and stuff that she was doing. She helped a lot of people, you know, and they even came up to me the day of the funeral and stuff like that, and you know, they were just like, yeah, I never met her, but she helped me a lot. And that was always her. She always had a good spirit or things like that. But I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Peace. Oh, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate it.